Susan with William Ryan Homes. And what is the one thing that you always hear when you're saying, hey, I'm gonna move to Florida, or you already live in Florida and you're saying you're buying a new home? Let me guess, are you gonna get a pool? And your answer should be yes. Why? Because at William Ryan Homes, majority of our community is offering right now a free pool. That's right, a pool built with your home, and it's free. I bet you're wondering, what's the catch? Is it an inflatable pool, above ground pool? Is it just a little dipping pond in my backyard? The answer is no. It actually is a free pool. It's 13 by 24 saltwater pool that we are going to build with your home. So today we're going to be meeting with Natural Springs, which is our preferred pool builder who does all our free pools for us. And they're going to kind of go over some of the questions that people ask about our free pool, different options with the pool, and all that good stuff. So stay tuned while we meet with Lyndsey and Rebecca from Natural Springs as they go over all the great details of our pool. So remember, it is a free pool. So make sure you go to our communities that are offering this promo so you can obtain an oasis, that's a hard word today, oasis in your backyard like this, a place to relax and take all your stress and problems away for just a little bit. And you know what's nice about it? It's private. It's not a community pool. You don't need to share it with everybody else. It's private. It's right here in your backyard, just like this one. All right, guys, stay tuned for Lyndsey and Rebecca as we go over all the things you need to know about our pool. Hey everyone, I'm here with Lyndsey and Rebecca with Natural Springs, and they're going to give us a little rundown of our common questions that we hear and also a little bit about Natural Springs.
Hello, I'm Lyndsey.
I'm Rebecca.
And we are from Natural Springs. My husband's family started Natural Springs in 1979. So we've been around the block quite a few times. We're one of the oldest built pool builders in the Tampa area. And we've been with William Ryan about 5 years, and we love working with them. They're easy, they get the job done, they stand behind their work. So we just love being partnered up with William Ryan.
Awesome. And Rebecca, what do you do for Natural Springs?
I am the William Ryan representative, we should say. I work with the homeowners on their pool designs, figuring out exactly what their needs and their wants are, and working with their budget to make sure that they get the pool that they want. I also do their color selections and then work with them to basically communicate with you guys as well.
Awesome, awesome. I appreciate the both of you here to help answer some of these questions that we get about our free pool promo. Our very first question is, we do a base package as part of our free pool. What if somebody wants to change the shape? As you see, we do a free form. If they want to be more rectangle or kidney shape, you guys have that as an option to do as for a charge, I would assume, correct?
Absolutely. So basically what would happen is that the pool that is shown on the free pool promo is 227 square feet. So as long as we keep the square footage the same, we can make the pool whatever shape you'd like.
Okay.
The only thing is that when we take that square footage and we alter it into a different shape, then it will alter the size of the pool. So the pool that you see here is a 24-foot long by 13 feet wide. If we were to change that into a rectangle pool, it would actually only be 10 feet wide by 22 feet long.
Okay, so basically what they're doing is changing the shape, but it could compromise some of the square footage.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah.
Understood. That's awesome. Now, with the free pool, is the cage included?
No, it's unfortunately not included.
Okay, but they have options to put footers in for a future
Absolutely.
Cage, or they could do a cage with you.
Yeah, so they can either do the screen now or they can do the screen later. The only suggestion now is if you do the screen later, say you have a family member, another company, or just don't want the screen now, I always recommend putting footers in. If you put the footers in now, it keeps the integrity of your deck actually together. So basically what the footers are is around the base of the pool area, you will have a concrete beam. That is what the screen enclosure will screw down to, and then it'll also keep the integrity of the deck because it's keeping everything square and together.
Gotcha.
So if you waited until later on down the road and you decided to build the screen and you didn't have the footers, they would have to tear up the whole perimeter of your deck, and it would just be a mess. So
it's actually more cost efficient to do it now than it is later on. And then there are also some pools where no matter what you do, you're required to get the footers. Say your backyard goes into a steep incline or a steep decline, then you're required to get them, because in order for us to make the pool deck completely level, we have to put the footers either 12, 18, or sometimes even 24 inches.
Gotcha. So the idea is if they are not able to budget in a screen, you definitely recommend at least doing footers, so that way later on it's easier, cost effective, and it's already done, and all they got to do is add the screen.
Right, because a lot of people think, oh, I don't want the screen, or I can't afford the screen now. But then when the summer comes and the sun goes down and the mosquitoes come out, they're like, oh, let's get the screen now.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah, absolutely. Especially when you're on a conservation or dry retention, you definitely are going to miss that screen after a while. It is Florida, absolutely. Great, thank you. So we get a lot of questions about the pool pre-wire. Is that something that's already part of the free pool, or is that something you recommend adding?
If you don't have it in your home package already, then I would definitely include it, because even if you don't get the pool now, you can get the pool later on. So it's always smarter to have it now.
So what is the pool pre-wire? What, can you give me a definition? Like, what would somebody, if somebody never heard of pool pre-wire, what would pool pre-wire mean?
So pool pre-wire practically means that it is making sure that your electrical system is basically compatible with a pool, because the pool does take electricity and quite a bit of it, so we need to make sure that your electrical system can actually handle it.
Can handle it. Awesome. Okay, well that's, like I said, for those that don't even know what that means, that's a really great explanation. Is it salt water?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
It's salt water. It's not the type of salt water that you would like dive into the ocean.
Yeah,
I think
it's not ocean water.
a pool is about 1/10 the amount of salt of the ocean.
Okay.
So you're not going to jump in and feel that stickiness from the ocean that we don't like.
Yeah.
It is going to be a softer water. Basically, what happens is you throw salt in your pool. You can use water softener salt. That's more like coarser salt, or they also sell the salt at the pool places.
Gotcha.
That is more almost like table salt, but it's not table salt. And you just throw it in, and it kind of dissipates, and then it goes into the cartridge of the salt cell, and it turns it into a chlorine. But not the kind of chlorine that you feel that bleaches your clothes.
Right.
But it does do the job. Yeah,
chlorine.
it's 99% pure chlorine, but you don't feel it, you don't taste it, it doesn't bleach your clothes, but your pool still feels soft, almost like it's water softener.
Gotcha. That's why mostly with saltwater pools, people like, because on their skin and stuff like that, versus the harsh of chlorine.
Correct.
Very good point. Can you make the pools deeper?
Yes, you can make it deeper. It's $650 to go either 5.5 feet deep or to 6 feet deep. What they do is they actually have to well point it, so that's just extra equipment and everything that they have to bring in. It pumps the water out. That the deeper you go, you will hit water, because once again we are in Florida. So the deeper you go, the more water will come up. So they just have to have the equipment to make sure to come out. Now, if you want to go to 6.5 feet or greater than that, then the pool actually needs to be made bigger, because you have to think that from going to 3 feet to 7 feet down here, that decline is going to be very, very steep, and if you're not prepared for that, that's just something that, it's not really favorable.
So I know there's some code changing. What is the maximum depth that you can do?
I mean, the maximum depth you can do is 8 feet.
Okay.
But we don't like to go 8 feet in these little pools, because really you need like almost like a 30 or 40 foot pool to do that.
Gotcha.
You have like this little tiny shallow end. And then,
It would just go wrong.
I gotcha.
families with kids, they like the shallow end, and it just wouldn't be. It wouldn't be good.
Gotcha. It's better to go 6 feet as your max than to go 8.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
And even that is pretty steep, so it just depends if you're okay with that then.
Okay. Fair enough. How much, approximately, what is people looking at if they want to add a spa on?
Starting a spa can start around $12,000 and go on up from there. There's a lot of variables that go into it. So you can either raise the spa 6 inches, 12 inches, 18 inches, so on and so forth. So that has a lot to do with it. the material that's picked out and everything like that. But if you do like a base spa, you're starting at $12,000.
Starting at 12. Okay. So as everybody knows, there's always that child protective fence that comes with the pool. Is that mandatory?
By law, yes. Actually, in the state of Florida, I believe it was in October of 2000, they passed a law to have your pool protected from the outside. Like, there were a bunch of child drownings, and it's a great rule, but people do find it inconvenient and don't want to do it. But unfortunately, to pass the final inspection, you have to have some sort of child protection barrier.
Okay.
The fence is the most economical thing to do. I mean, if you're swimming, you can just roll it up to the side and you don't even see it, and you just put it right back. I mean, it's not that difficult, but it is something by law that you do have to protect it. There's other options, alarms and things, but they're just not economical. They break down. The child safety fence is there. Nothing's going to happen to it. And,
Right.
It's something that you have to have.
Okay, so great. So so that answers that. So
Yeah.
basically, they have to have it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts.
No ifs, ands, or buts.
Awesome. As I pick up my paper, don't mind there we go. Perfect. Okay, pool schools. So after somebody gets a pool built with us, either it's the free pool or they just purchase a pool through Natural Springs with William Ryan, do you guys offer a pool school after closing?
Yes, we do pool school, preferably about within the week that you are closing. So within that week that you do close, just give us a call up at the office and we'll make sure that everything's scheduled for you, because usually it's better to catch you at that time when you're moving into your new home rather than 2 months later when you're in your house and having to go back to work. So as long as you call us and we can get that on the schedule in a timely manner, then we do a pool school. They run through maintenance of the pool, the equipment, how to care for it, and everything like that.
Great. So for those that buy pools, we need to make sure that we let them know to contact your office to
Yeah.
schedule it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because sometimes like our closing date and your closing date might actually be a week sooner than ours. So
Gotcha.
we just want to make sure just to
Yeah.
make it easier for you guys that we get it in a schedule that's good for you.
Okay, perfect. So as far as like how does a salt system work and all that, that's all part of the pool school, correct?
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
they go through all of that, how to clean your filter, everything like
And a
that.
great thing to do during pool school is to videotape it.
Yes.
So yeah.
You know, with me, it's one ear and out the other, and I'm like, oh my God, what did they just tell me?
Yeah.
So if you take your phone out, just video record it, and then you can always, instead of being in the dark or not remembering, just go back to your phone and look, it's a great reference to have.
And that's a good point. That is a lot of information that somebody is getting. Like you said, it's the maintenance, how to care for it, equipment.
Yeah, chemicals, all of the things.
Right. So if there's, that's just a lot of info, especially if you've never had a pool before.
Yes.
Okay. And then with the pools, like I said, either with the free pool or if somebody decides to buy a pool, does it come with all the equipment like a brush or a net, or is that something they have to get after the fact?
Yes, so after the pool is plastered with the interior, we start filling it with water, and then our startup crew will come start up all the chemicals and everything like that. When that startup crew comes, they'll leave a maintenance kit, or sometimes Marty, who's our warranty coordinator, he'll bring it during pool school. What that consists of is a vacuum hose, a telly pole, a brush to go on the telly pole, a manual vacuum to go on the telly pole, and a net, and then the testing kit.
This thing. This thingamajig that we put in the pool for you. Awesome. Kind of my last question, I'm assuming that you have a showroom where people could pick out tile and copings and all that stuff and different finishes of the pool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Rebecca's the master at the color choices. We're located in Lutz, right on 41, right past the Apex. And you coordinate with Rebecca when you want to choose your colors. You come in and she helps you, and you will have a beautiful pool.
Awesome. Now, is there anything that y'all want to let, that you wish people knew about pools, or while they're picking out a pool, is there something that you're like, I wish everybody knew this?
The amount of options that we have to choose from that are considered standard are ridiculous. There's over like 150 choices just in tile. There's 12 different pavers. There's a lot to choose from.
And that's, you said, included?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, that's all included. So, and then, upgrades, some people think, the upgrades are extreme. Sometimes they're really not. It's always just best to ask.
Ask the question.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. And get a pool. because we're in Florida and the kids are bored, and it's the best thing for families.
Absolutely.
Is to have a pool. I mean,
Yes. If you're ever stuck in the house for months on end.
yeah, it's great to have a pool. I mean, I won't say it's a babysitter because obviously you have to be out there with your children, but it just gives them something to do, and you create memories and family time. And you know, we live in Florida, we need to be outside, and pool's the best way to do it.
Be the house that your kids' friends always want to come to.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So keep an eye on them.
That's right. That is absolutely true. I appreciate both of you coming out and kind of giving us a little bit of more information on natural springs, and also just kind of what people should expect when it comes to either getting our free pool as part of their promotion, or even just building a pool with y'all. So to know that there's a ton of selections even within the included, to know that they can really just take the free pool as it is or customize it to their own. Correct. And you're right, it's just an oasis in the backyard, and that's it. No community pool, no nothing.
The free pool is a great starting point. You know, it's a perfect starting point, and you can make it however you can make it as expensive as you want. You know, there's so many options that we have. Or you could just have a standard pool. I mean, it's water, it's cold, you need to jump in it. So.
Awesome. Again, I appreciate both of you. This is Leslie and Rebecca at Natural Springs, showcasing our free pools with William Ryan Homes. Thank you again, ladies.